freezer, it don't feel cold enough. I'm a man of few words, bitch, be lucky if you get a shoulder shrug. This tape number 5, think I got the rap niggas in the Cobra clutch. I got drunk off success and I got no intentions to sober up. Holy fuck, they ain't fucking with me, all them niggas know it too. It don't matter how many times you repeat a lie, it don't make it true. It really hurts, I know, but if somebody had to come break the news. My brother Fitz told me keep showing my ass like a pair of Daisy Dukes. Yeah, I still got work to do.
Mr. Tafoya, I think it's working now, yo. Let's go ahead and get this started. We have Mr. Edward Tafoya, Mountain Man, Incubators, and Kennels. See if I can get him on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
All right, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right. So it wouldn't let me log in from my computer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even if I went through the settings. So I was like, fuck it, I'll try it on, excuse my language. I was like, I'll try it on my phone. And
yeah, that's
weird. I don't know. But
Facebook been acting weird. My Facebook been acting, I don't know, man, all crazy.
shit,
so,
dude,
but I'm happy we got
dude.
Yours too?
Yeah, man, check this shit out. So I got messages from 2 years ago about incubators that went in that just finally popped up like randomly like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not even shitting.
I don't see certain things. I don't see when people share my post. Unless I start scrolling down Facebook and looking and it just pop up. I don't see it.
Yeah,
so
mine's the same way too, dude. I got to physically, like if I go to a post that I put up or somebody else, it won't give me a notification if somebody said something about me. I have to physically go and see it myself.
Yep, I don't see none of it. It's like a weird shadow ban or something. So at first that's what I thought was going on. I'm like, my Facebook been acting up, so maybe that's the problem. Well, everybody, we have Mr. Edward Tafoya of Mountain Man Incubators and Kennels. He's also a breeder. For me, he's the originator of what I've seen with the incubators. He's the first person that I've seen, and that was probably about 5 years ago or so. When I got my first incubator from him. I've bought multiple. So let's bring him in, man. We're gonna introduce him. Let him introduce himself. Go ahead, Edward. Tell him a little bit who you are.
So most of you guys already know who I am. My name is Edward Tafoya. I am a Colorado native. I am born and raised in Colorado. So I've been around breeding. Yeah. If I curse a little bit, excuse my language. Prior military, so I tend to blurt shit out. But so I've been around breeding since I don't know, 9 or 10 years old. I'm from a small town in Meeker, Colorado. It's by Glenwood Springs, and my mom used to breed coonhounds for mountain lion hunters. Yeah, so she'd breed redbone and blue tick coonhounds, and that's how I got around, like, honestly, about dogs with breeding. And then from there, when I went to the Marine Corps. Once I got out of the my 4 years in the Marines, I bought an American Bully, which I thought was a fucking pit bull, because everybody thinks so. You know what I mean? And it was just I started out with Razor's Edge. He was a pocket, and it just went from there, dude. Yep, it just went from there. I started making incubators probably in 2015, 2016. So right after I got done breeding, I started breeding pockets. I only did like 4 or 5 litters with them. I didn't really have too many problems with them dogs. But then I started making my way to micros. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And once I switched to them, it was like every fucking litter I'd have a dog that would die on me. And it was just something wrong with it. And I was like, well, shit, my mom used to make incubators out of heat lamps when we were younger. So I was so I was like, I'll go back and I'll do that. And I made this really fucking big ass one out of wood. It was huge. And I put it up and people started asking me about it. And I wasn't trying to sell it or anything or any intent to it. It actually kind of looked like shit, to tell you the truth. It was, you could tell it was homemade. Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. And people were like, oh, where'd you get that from? And I was like, oh, I made it. And then it went from there, dude. I started out with smaller ones and started messing around with, first I used to use heat lamps, and they're okay to use. You can use them, but they'll dehydrate the fuck out of your dogs if you don't do it right.
Right.
Like,
right.
Yeah, they'll kill the dog faster than what you're going to do and actually save it. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I've used heat lamps and they're fine. They are, but you can't go over certain wattage on the bulb. And not only that, there was a test I did a long time ago. So even if you programmed a heat lamp with a 82 watt bulb, or even a 75 watt bulb, and you program that thing to shut off at 82 degrees, directly underneath it, that thing's still reading 120. And the reason why is because that's glass. It's going to stay hot.
It takes it a while to cool down.
Correct. And not only that, too, you're using something to, when you're using a heat lamp, you're trying to fucking keep these mammals warm. Okay, mammals are warm-blooded. That thing's meant for a fucking reptile, meant to absorb heat. It's not meant for a fucking puppy. So, there's a lot of people that use them and they build with them. It's because really what it is, brother, it only costs $9 to fucking heat an incubator with one of those things.
Right.
It's cheap. Unless the vice versa, the shit that I use costs around $150. The PTC heater. Yeah, so I mean, there's a big fucking difference in it. But those PTC heaters, you can't dehydrate your pups in it. It doesn't get hot enough to do it. I'm pretty sure you've noticed that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've been with you the whole time. I didn't go out and switch incubator people or try to build my own, none of that type of stuff. So I was with you even when you chose to use the heat lamps originally. Yeah. But you also gave me the information on how to use it. Yep. I stored it in my head. Right? And I followed directions simply. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, they will work, but you have to run really, really high humidity with them.
You can see the dogs drying out.
Yeah. That's why they tend to move away from it. You ever notice when they're in there, they want to scrunch away and get in the corner? Yeah. It's too hot. It's too hot for them. So they tend to move away from it, and it's I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna knock people for using them because they do work, but I guess that's on you if you want to take that risk to use them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely.
There's always a smarter and better way of technology of doing shit. I mean, think about it this way: when you go to a reproductive vet and they have to throw your puppies in an incubator, they're not throwing it in a heat lamp.
No, they're not.
Not
a lamp in there. Nope. You answered a lot of those questions, so I feel like we catching up on time too, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure,
some of the questions. We're gonna skip right to it, man. So, what actually made you offer the services to the public?
So, it was really I was selling a lot of them out of state. It wasn't really a lot to Colorado people.
Okay.
It was more to out of state people, and it was actually his last name was Morris. He had seen them on my page, and he was like, "Do you make those?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, I told him I make them for me, but I don't sell them. And he was like, "Hey, will you make me one?" And I ended up making him one. And you could go back on my page and look at it, And when I first started doing them, I was doing what everybody else does. I'd buy preheat or pre-programmed controllers and everything, where you just take it and plug it in, because anybody can do that, can take it and just plug it in. Like you can buy everything pre-wired, everything. So anybody can make the incubator. I mean, that is true. They're not hard to make, but what people don't realize, there is actually kind of a science in it to where you place the sensors, to where you put the humidifier, to where you're putting it. Because, I've had people that call me up and they ask me all the time, they're like, hey, they don't want to buy one of my incubators. That's cool. They ask my advice on how to make them. And I'll tell them straight up how to do it. You know what I mean? The one thing that I tell them is just don't copy my shit. Don't make it look like mine, and just do your own thing. If you do your own thing and just build it and have fun with it, and if you got some questions, shit, I got a guy that hit me up that was putting them in coolers, bro. So he was putting these heaters, these little warmers in a cooler and trying to make a puppy carrier with it. And he was asking me what I would do to heat it. And I was like, well, have you ever heard of plastic welding? I was like, if you take that bottom out and you put, maybe something in there to heat it, you could always weld that thing up and make it look like it came from the factory, like that. So,
right.
I mean, it's just really, dude, honestly, man. So once I first started doing them too, they looked like I said, they looked like crap, dude. And wires everywhere. They worked, but there was wires everywhere. They didn't really look that good. And to tell you the truth, bro, when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to build cars a lot. A lot of people don't know this, and I was really heavily into modified cars, and we used to street race out here in California a lot. So I built a lot of I built a shitload of cars, and I was like, well, shit, I built cars, so why can't I make this thing look aesthetically enough? You know, just the same way you do a car. You know what I mean? So after that, I just, the wiring's all the same. You can wire a car up, a car stereo. You can wire up a damn controller, you know, or follow a basic diagram.
Remote.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So if you can follow a basic wiring diagram, you're good. So that's pretty much how I did it from there, man. And then just started going with it. And I was like, you know what'd be dope is if you put someone's logo on here. It would make it look way better if you took someone's logo, and it would make them want to buy it. Yeah, because you're putting their brand on it. You see what I mean? And so it went from there to putting logos on. And there was two other builders that were building incubators when I was doing it. The first guy, his name was Rue Trans. I know you guys know who he is. People have seen him. If you guys ever heard of Rue Trans Incubators, he was out. And then Lifeline Incubators. You guys know who Lifeline is? Okay. So I'm pretty sure you guys can Google him. What's that?
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. So
way back though.
Lifeline Incubators and Rue Trans was out. There might have been a couple other cats out that were doing it, but those were the two biggest ones. And they were, Rue Trans was doing, he was doing heat lamps at the time, and Lifeline was doing, they were doing some kind of like puck heater. It wasn't a PTC heater, it was a different type of heater. And we were the three that were using the cat litter boxes. It was us. Yeah. But my thing is I left the heat lamps and I went to a PTC heater because I found this place called Incubator Warehouse. Started doing a little bit of research, dude, of what it was and everything, you know. And I was like, well, shit, these heaters are actually meant for lizards, reptiles, you know, shit like that. But they work perfect. What it is, it's a little heating puck that heats up, and then the fan distributes the heat evenly. You see what I mean? Yeah. So it worked out perfect. I put it in an incubator, man, and it just went from there, dude. Just went from there.
That was my second incubator, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep. So the first one you got was the first one you got was a cat, and the second one was the little tote bin. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And like I said, I mean, I love them. I still use them. Originally, number one, I wanted to support someone local. That was my thing. Yeah. When I originally posted, if you remember. And then the second was I'm like, man, this might help me actually get a little sleep when I'm whelping.
It's a good babysitter.
It didn't help. but the mindset, you know what I'm saying, gave me a peace of mind a little bit. I still stayed awake the whole damn time.
Yeah. Because you get all nervous and shit. You get worried about your dog.
Yeah, man. It didn't do what I thought it was gonna do for me mentally. So, you know what I'm saying? Mentally, but it does its job, especially. You know, I'm gonna tell them this because you haven't spoke on it, but y'all get the oxygen. You know, if you could get oxygen or go to get an oxygen concentrator through Edward, that's what it is. Is for me now, sick puppies, struggling puppies.
See, check this out too, though, brother. Here's the thing too, is what I tell people. So, I'm not a lot of breeders know this, but you can, and I tell people I do sell the oxygen concentrators, and they're good. They come in handy because you do never know when you're gonna need them. I was like a few years back, I didn't even touch one all year, and then I went fucking 4 litters in a row where I had to use it. You know what I mean? Like it was consistently, you just had it on. But if you run oxygen on a healthy litter, you do risk the chance of giving them oxygen poisoning. Some people don't know that, but you know, I tell people because there are breeders. I do know breeders that will use them regardless. You know what I mean? And I just tell them, hey, man, if you get those dogs sick because of the oxygen concentrator, because if they don't need that oxygen, then that's on you. I just let people know. But, I mean, it's whelp at your own risk. I mean, there's people, when I sell those incubators, that like to run that thing at 94 degrees. I don't put it that high, but there's some people that do. You know what I mean? Because of what they Google.
I've used the same settings you told me off the original, man. It ain't none changed. And you know what? I had to ask your wife. I remember after I bought my second one just to make sure I was doing it right with the new machine. You guys was on it and informative right away, and I needed it
Yeah.
when I asked.
Right. Yeah. So the best way to get the proper temperature on them damn things is to actually take the puppy's temperature itself.
Yep.
Take their internal temperature. If they're obviously if they're too cold, you turn it up. If they're too hot, you might want to go a little bit down and kind of watch how they act. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
But
And that's part
other than
of it.
that,
That's welcome.
yeah,
That's welcome. Pay
that's
attention.
whelping. So it's just a little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
But trust me, man, you'll see some people that won't even use that common sense, man. I'm not
I know
shitting. So hold on, let me tell you a story. This is when I first started fucking doing these things. I sold one to a lady and I didn't preset them, okay? Because I figured she was gonna set it herself.
Yeah.
I figured she had done a little bit of research on what she wanted to put it on or this or that. So this lady bought one from me. She was breeding Doberman Pinschers, okay? And she called me up a week later and told me that she wanted me to pay her vet bill, which was like $4,000, and she wanted me to pay for her 2 dogs that died, okay? And I said, what do you mean, pay for your dog? She said, well, I ran the incubator just the way you gave it to me. And she's like, and I had 2 dogs that died after 4 days. And I said, what do you mean? I said, didn't you run the, check your temperatures and everything, what you were supposed to, your settings? And she was like, no, I just got it from you. I turned it on and I put the puppies in it. And I was like, well, you didn't feel your dogs after a day or a couple hours or whatever and feel they were cold and say, hey, I need to check this? She said, no. And so she ended up killing her fucking dogs is what it was. And all she had to do, so like from when you get those from the incubator warehouse, most of the time I think they're preset at like 75 degrees,
Yeah.
And so it was too low. She never said it, but she tried to blame that on me. After that, I started setting them myself because some people are kind of fucking retarded. Excuse my language.
I know they are. I know they are. And do things happen? Yes. But for example, I had it one time where I was using them. I had the puppies in there, tried to give me, 5 minutes of rest, and the power had went out. It was raining, and we lost power, and it cut back on. But I was asleep.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the power went out. I was asleep.
Right.
So I got
that
back up.
sucks, dude.
I got back up. I didn't lose nothing though. I didn't lose nothing. You know why? Because I paid the fuck attention.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad for.
Luckily, I didn't
for that
do
lady,
that.
but
You know what I'm saying? But you
yeah.
gotta pay. You are still whelping. It is
Right.
not. You can't get comfortable. Like I told you, I thought I was gonna get some
Yep.
sleep when I bought it. I don't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? As soon
Like
as
that
5 minutes,
thing was
5 minutes
like a
of
robot
sleep, and
was gonna pop out and take care of it, right?
yeah,
Take care of the puppy for you. Yeah.
5 5
No,
minutes.
I wish, man. Shit.
5 minutes,
It'd be
5 minutes
awesome.
of sleep, and I lost power. So,
Right?
it's important. And I'm happy you brought this part up that there's a good and a bad with it. It can be
Yeah.
good and bad for the wrong wrong and right people.
There
Um,
is too, and there's a thing too, like I don't know if people that are watching or whatever, if they do hear this. So, I get a lot of people that call me up and they'll be like, hey, this humidity's staying at 55, 60%, it's not going down, right? And let's say they live in a state that's humid. That all them controllers, and if you read the directions, and I've told people this too, you can lower those controllers to whatever the state humidity is. You see what I mean? So like if you're in California or you're in Florida and your humidity is different, because when I send those out, that's just on the settings that it's on. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I can't.
yeah,
So people need to learn how to change them because some people, like I can't control your humidity in your state. So I get a lot of that. I used to have a shitload of videos up, brother. A lot of videos up.
yeah.
But I
I
took
remember.
them. Yeah, I had to take them down because, like, I know a lot of people don't know this shit, dude. But because I don't throw my fucking business out there, but I'm going through a lot of shit with legal problems with fucking other breeders and all kinds of shit, dude, with those fucking incubators, man.
And
So I was advised by my lawyer, to take all my videos down.
yeah,
So I don't have them up no more because people, unfortunately, bully community, or it's just people in general, dude. People in general are just messed up. People like to do stupid shit, you know, and get greedy and just like to do shit their own way, man. I mean, shit, you've seen it.
And it's a, how do I explain it? I look at respect, right? That's my first thing.
Right.
And to me, when it's blatant, it becomes disrespect. You know, I make incubators. You know, I started this. Your partner in your camp bought one, and now you're deciding to take them parts, use Google, and start trying to make your own.
Yeah.
So to me, for me, you know what I'm saying? I don't make the incubators, but I can see how it could be disrespectful, right?
It is. So this is what I tell people. It's like you created some fucking dope ass dogs, like some badass dogs that are crazy as shit in person too. And it's like, say you created that one dog, and you know, all of a sudden you sell him, right? And then next thing you know, that dude right there is going around telling people he created it, he did this and he did that, you know, and this and all that shit. And it's like, dude, you didn't do that. That was your work that you did. You
absolutely.
know? So it's kind of like the same thing. When I explain it to people like that, then they go, oh, I understand. Because at first they think, well, it's just an incubator. You know, it's just anybody can make them. But, you know, and then I've had people tell me too, well, you can't pull a patent out on that thing. It's already been invented. People are stupid because you can. It's called a design patent.
Yeah.
Okay? Yep. A design patent, not a fucking patent invention, a design patent. And a lot of people don't like to hear this, but I did pull one out, dude. I pulled one out, and it can take anywhere from 12 to 18 months. And right now we're on the 17th month. I only have another month before it goes fully through, dude. So I've got lawyers and everything going, and there's some people, I can tell you, even Amazon's going to get touched by me, bro. Yeah. Even fucking Amazon is going to get touched by me. Okay. So, and I've warned people, and I've tried to be nice, and I've sent them private messages. I've talked to them, and everybody keeps spitting in my fucking face, dude.
Because
and so now
people doesn't. I mean, and I'm not gonna just blame the bully community, even though that's what we're in and that's where it comes from. It's people. So people, especially these days, man, they lack respect, man.
It's my fault too, though, bro, because I didn't think it was gonna take off, so I should have did it a long time ago.
Absolutely.
But I didn't because, so I have some to blame for it too. You know, I didn't think it was gonna take off and do it, and I wouldn't even have went for the patent on it at all if I wouldn't have had, dude, I went through some grimy shit with kennel partners to, fuck, dude, I know at least 4 other breeders right now that sell my shit. That's my shit. I've even had people call me up and ask me to make their fucking logo so they can put the stickers on it because they've got a guy that they got the incubator from that looks just like mine. They asked me if I could, and I said, why would I give you the stickers? They said, oh, because it looks like yours. I said, I can't give you those fucking stickers. I didn't make that. And I tried to explain it to them, and they're like, you know, nobody sees it as a big deal because they're like, oh, well, it's just an incubator. You know, fuck this and this and that. You know, and it's a little bit different than that, man. But like I said, you can't get ghetto and go after people like you want to. We'll just let the courts handle it, dude.
Business. Yeah. You got to keep it business.
You got to keep it business, dude.
Oh man, and
exactly.
That's just what it is. And that's a good way to learn because, you know, unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand business. Could I go and make a incubator? Probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm a handy dude, whatever. But like I said, out of respect, I choose not to do stuff like that. I like to shop within the community. Sometimes it's bit me in the ass, but with you, it can't bite me in the ass, right? You know what I'm saying? So I've always shopped within the community with things like this. I don't care if it's leads. You know, if you're selling leads, dog jackets. I've always spent money. Everybody will tell you that. I always spent money and supported those type of things because I own a business, right? I own a garage door company. I don't want people doing that shit to me. I don't want my customers. I don't want this doctor that's a customer of mine thinking he can fix a garage door.
Yeah. No, I got you, man. You know, in Colorado, you know, ended up being shit, dude. I love Colorado, dude. I love Colorado people. I love all the breeders there. Everybody there is cool. Like they're the ones that show the most fucking respect and the utmost respect for doing the incubators, dude. You know, it ended it started out without a stator, but it came back finishing it up home. So like my business has slowed down, but me personally, I haven't slowed down because I have such a loyal following that I'm still able to do it. You see what I mean? Like it's never, and not only that too, if you guys do know, if you do ever have a problem with it, because it's like I tell people, I don't fucking make those controllers. I wire them. I got warranties on them. If there's something wrong with it and it breaks and it's legitimately your dog didn't eat it or your kids didn't pull the cords out or something like that, I will gladly send you a fucking new one. No problem. Yep. No question. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna just let you go out like that. You know what I mean? Because that's how I've been able to be in business for so long too. Because I wouldn't want that done to me. I wouldn't want that done to me. So
that's
you got to treat others. Yep.
So we've answered some questions about you patenting. So obviously you threw a patent on there. Now lawsuits. Obviously, I had a question where it was, can lawsuits be filed to prevent people from basically stealing your concept? You know what I mean? The way you
check it out. Let me explain to the way this works. So once I get my patent and it's approved, then I have 5 years to where I own the rights to it, and then I have to renew it. They charge for everything, so you got to reach every 5 years. You got to redo it too, but it doesn't take as long. So the way we did this patent is, because you're probably thinking, okay, so somebody could still grab that shell, take the camera and put it on the left side, and even though I put it on the right, or let's say I put it on the right, they put it on the, technically it's a different incubator because they didn't put it on the side that I put it on. Okay. So what we did was, if you even put a fucking any type of heater on the top lid part, or if you put the camera in the left, right, inside, it doesn't matter where you put it, you are still on my shit, dude.
360 degrees.
Yes, we covered our ass with that really, really good. And I know some people, I talk to people, and they're like, well, okay, and they try to get all book smart and internet smart and what they fucking Google and tell you, well, we'll see it when it happens. We'll see. And it's like, dude, you think I'm playing? You think I put that money into the fucking lawyers just to fucking make you laugh? I'm not bullshitting you. I'm telling the truth, So when it comes, it comes. Trust me, you guys will eventually see it. It's going to come out. It's going to be fucking hilarious. Really hilarious.
Yeah, it is, because I know how long that I've actually watched people, start to build these after you. And I've been in the community, right?
Yeah.
I've been in the community.
You've been around for a while, man. Yeah.
And I've seen people across states steal these same incubators. They order them from you. I remember early on they were ordering them from you, and then they start doing it, trying to make it a business and stuff.
And you want to know how grimy some of these fools are? Check this shit out, dude. They would get on my videos, right? They would post a video on YouTube, and they would give me a shout out. Some of these dudes give me a shout out and start opening it, and then you'd see their comments, like maybe a couple weeks later, and then you look in their comments, and somebody would be like, "Hey, where'd you get that incubator?" And the dude that gives me the shout out would go, "Oh, I make them now. I made that. If you want one, hit me up." You see this, the fucking clowns, dude. I mean, it's funny as shit. It's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, that's bogus.
I know a lot of people probably thought I was like a little drama queen about it and doing this and that, but it's not about being a drama queen. It just what really irks you is you can't do shit about it. Like physically, me being a prior Marine and everything and I physically want to go down to their fucking house and kick their fucking door in, but I can't do that. I got kids and shit.
And we gotta keep a level of professionalism.
And that's the whole thing where I go back. Well, it's kind of my fault because I should have patented it. I should have, but it's one of those things. Like I was talking to the lawyer too. We were talking about the patent. He's all, most of you people that patent shit are the ones that end up doing it too late. He was like, and you don't realize it's going to take off, and then it does.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're over here, and there's this and that. So I kind of got some fault on that too, but I am going to tell you this though. So we did find a place that's going to manufacture. So once we get all this taken care of here, it's going to be a few years, but we're already talking to them and everything. We're going to go fucking legit, bro. I mean, I'm talking, we're going to manufacture one in a manufacturing place. I'm paying these engineers everything to do it from the design that I have. And we're building one that's going to actually compete with the Brooder, bro. The real Brooder.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah. So
There we go.
this ain't gonna be the whole shell. Everything's gonna be legit. And if you
Redone,
guys are
all digital buttons and
yeah, everything. So here's what I tell people too. And you guys, the loyal people that have been around me and know who I am, and you can go to my page and see that they've commented on when people would, take my shit or this and that. The loyal ones that are still around, I'm going to give a few of those out for free.
yeah,
when I
solid.
do it. So yeah, I'm going to give some of them back, for people to try them and let them, do this and that with them. But yeah, we have that in the works too, man. Definitely.
Yeah, and that's one of the questions too, man. Is I followed your journey and as a consumer and as a friend of your incubators. What products do you offer now? Because I've seen you doing stickers.
So,
I see
yeah.
you doing a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, so now really right now we're doing so we're not just the incubators, but we're doing oxygen concentrators. We're doing TCI guns. There's a the AI kits, not the standard tube ones and all that
yeah,
shit. The actual kit. So we're doing those. We're also doing, some small things like heating pads. There's some people that just want to say you want to, you're going and you're driving 4 hours and you don't have an incubator, but you want to, buy a heat pad to put your
yeah.
puppies on. You know what I mean? There's stuff like that. We're also selling relaxing kits too and pregnancy tests.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So stuff like that too. But here's what I tell people too. So those 2 incubators that I make, those aren't the only ones I make. I only make those because they're cheap and they sell.
Right.
Okay. So that's what people want to pay for. But if they really go in and look, I can make them any one they want just as long as they wanted to pay for it. The problem is the shipping, bro. The shipping, people don't realize it. They look, I think, because they think Amazon, free shipping or, $25 here and there. It's not. They charge by dimensions.
Yeah.
FedEx, the post office is the worst. UPS, and it doesn't matter the weight. Has nothing to do with the weight. It's all by dimensions. Doesn't matter if you have a business account. Doesn't matter if you're prior military. They all charge by dimensions. So if you're looking at, what is that, a 17 by what?
24 by 16.
24 by 16 by
13.
By $13. If you were to ship it right now from here where I'm at, California, to New York, you're looking at a minimum $100.
So that's an extra 100 on the top right away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's expensive as shit, to just ship. But I know you asked me before if I sold to people over out of the United States, like in Europe, Canada, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. But I do sell a lot to Canadians because it's a little bit cheaper. But
Right.
Other places in Europe, trust me, man, they end up wanting to pay. It's more than the incubator's even worth. So it's not.
It's a lot of money to get them shipped out.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. I was always curious about that, man, because I can imagine. You know what I mean? I've did some import export in the past.
Right.
It cost.
I just ordered Italy for 700.
Yeah, so we had a cat just a few days ago from Italy that wanted me to send him one, and I was like, dude, it's going to be really expensive. And he was like, man, just please, I've been looking at your stuff. I really want one. Just please send it to me. And I was like, give me your address and I'll give you a quote. We quoted him, and it was like $800, dude, to ship him the damn thing. And then he got my address because he didn't believe me. He thought I was making it up.
So he checked it out.
So he checked it out. I was like, told you, man, it's expensive, but I'm not making it up. It's expensive to ship. I don't overcharge people on shipping. And here's the thing. A lot of people are like, well, you should up it and this and that. I don't want to up the price of them. They're not meant to be up. The prices, they're meant to be cheap for breeders, bro. If you want to spend $1,000, I'll tell you to go get a brooder, okay? And that's just me being fucking real with you. I'm not trying to say that my shit's better or anything. My shit is meant for people that want something kind of, that's unique, that's, has their logo on it, their shit, but also is not a heat lamp. That's more, that's better and fucking, safer for a puppy than a damn heat lamp. If you want to spend, $1,500 to $2,000, I see some of these people selling them incubators, them homemade ones for fucking, $1,200-$1,300. Shit ain't worth it, dude. You might as well go get a fucking brooder for $1,300. Now if you're, so if you're getting an incubator from me and you're going to add an oxygen concentrator on, then yeah, it will come to around $800 to $1,000 because those oxygen concentrators range anywhere from $400 to $2,000, just depending on the brand, what size of liter, and who makes it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But other than that, man, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much
Shit.
it. It's a
Well,
long
I
history,
mean,
bro.
yeah, it is. It is, man, and it's crazy how the years then flew by. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
You know what I could honestly say to people though is in the long run, the bully community has been good to me. I have been able to, even though I collect a pension from the Marine Corps from the time that I was in. I'm able to make a living off the bully community, and
that's
not
what's
only
up.
that, I was able to buy my first house from dogs, dude.
Hell yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
Incubators, dogs and incubators and shit like
Yep.
that. So, I mean, if you do it right, then it can be really fun, and you can make some money out of it, dude.
Yeah. So it sounds like the little bit of stress,
Yeah.
it didn't get to you.
Now,
I mean,
not like
you're
it's
military.
yeah, yeah.
You've been under this.
It's brother. It's more about the fucking disrespect of people. That's what I don't
Yeah.
understand. It
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
I don't understand how somebody could do that to somebody and then fucking turn around and just do the. It's just I don't understand that, man. I mean, I know it's humans and humans do some shit like that. We all do it, but that's big with me, man. Like I've never fucked over in the dog community. I've never fucked nobody over, dude. I never have and I never
Nope.
will. Okay, even if I feel I've done something wrong, I'll still try to make it right. But I've
Yep.
never fucking went over and did anything like that.
No, hell
Anything.
no. And I ain't seen nothing on it. And I'm not biased or nothing. You know me, I don't really play that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No, I know you, man. You one of the There's a few. There's you. Shit, you got you. There's Joe and Amber Bravo. Them.
Yeah.
You got Demetrio that I've been cool with.
Yep.
Luis. I mean, fuck. There's a few
Yep.
guys that I've never had any problems with, or and it's always been just
Yep.
straight up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Demetrio, man,
there's.
I'm gonna try to get him on here, man. But
You should get his ass on there.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try, man. I'm gonna try my damnedest, man. He's a good dude though, and he's always willing to help, man, no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah, he is.
I think we pretty much covered a little bit of everything, man. I wanted to. What do you have coming up, man? What is next for you? What do you any
So
websites,
we're
anything?
yeah. So we're gonna. I'll keep posting on my page, but probably sometime next month we are gonna have an actual website up instead of me just operating on Facebook. But so we are starting next week. I'm gonna put it out. We are doing a raffle for an oxygen concentrator and possibly a TCI gun.
There we go.
Okay, so for both of them. So what we're doing is it's going to be $25 a ticket, and you could get in on an oxygen concentrator. $25 you could win a $500 machine.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I mean, plain and simple. But I'll be putting that out soon. I'm actually just waiting for my fucking shipment to come in. That's what's holding me up for them to actually get in. But other than that, man, right now people don't know. Or some people do know, some people don't know. I did move out of Colorado, and I'm in California right now. And let me tell you what, I fucking hate it out here. Yeah, I don't like it, dude. I ain't no California dude. But anyways, we're moving back to Colorado. My lease is up here where I'm at. It's up in February, and we're moving back. So we're going back to Colorado. It was a temporary situation. We was out here because my wife's mom got sick, so we had to move out here. And it was like either she came out here or I stayed out there for a year away from my kids and shit. So you already know, I'm sure any of y'all would do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now it's about time to go back,
Ready to get back.
Yeah, California, bro. No, I'm not going to, don't even get me started on this place, dude.
No, already imagine. I love to visit. I got my people out there. I go and visit. Sometimes I stay. I can visit and I can stay a week, but I can't live in Cali. I can't live there.
Yeah.
I cannot.
That's exactly how it is, dude. Exactly how it is. That's it, brother.
Man, like I said, your incubators done saved me. You know what I'm saying? A few times, saved me a lot of money, a lot of vet visits.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate your support, dude. Really.
Yeah, I'm always trying to do. I've always been a supportive dude, man. When it came to this community and stuff, man, I always try to as much as I can. But I appreciate you, man, and I hope people understand that everything ain't gonna go right when you try to do shit yourself,
Yep.
man. If you're a mechanic, be a mechanic. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Let people, and that's kind of my thing, man. And I wanted to put that on here, so people will understand, man. There's a reason why you do what you do. It's because you're experienced in it.
Yeah.
So when you go and you buy from a person that just tried to copy something, you're not getting it. You're not getting what comes with it,
Yeah,
which is education.
we could just put it this way. Some of these people that have copied my shit, their shit's be cutting fucking dogs' ears off.
Damn.
Yeah, puppies' ears
So
off.
I thought that was bad crops.
Ain't gonna say who it.
I thought somebody was doing bad crops, man.
No, I ain't gonna say nobody's fucking name or anything.
No, we don't need none of that shit. But I get
we don't need
what
none
you
of
said.
that.
I thought it was bad crops, man.
Yeah, we'll just put it. That's true, huh? That's some funny shit right there, bro. Well, it was I'm gonna let you go, man. And I thank you, appreciate you for having me on. And I'll see you guys soon, brother.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
will.
Salute, man. I appreciate you. And until next time, until you come back, brother.
Yep.
Peace.
Later, man.
There we have it. Mr. Tafoya. Mountain Man, Incubators and Kennels, man.